So at the Visual Arts Center of New Jersey right now, we have 3 shows that are all featuring artists who work with color. The exhibitions will be on view through May 13th. So I'm the curator at the Visual Arts Center, and that means I'm setting the vision for the exhibitions that we show. Our main gallery exhibition is called Radiant Energy, and it's showcasing the work of Gabrielle Everts, Sanford Wormfeld, and Robert Swain. And our stair-gazing artist right now is Paul Corio. I knew several of the artists in this big show because I also am a graduate of Hunter College, and all 3 of them have been professors of art at Hunter College. So they are real experts. They have been spending their entire careers thinking about color, painting with color, talking about color, teaching people. So I think that if you look at their collective experience, it's really a very impressive group of works that these artists have put together. It's almost like taking a course in color when you come in. The theme of Radiant Energy is looking at color as a series of light waves, and how color is actually energy, and what happens to that energy when a human being gets in the picture and begins to absorb some of the energy and interpret it. The most important thing I would like people to know about this show that we're standing in right now is that it really explores how color is something that each person experiences physically, in their eye, and what happens when their eye takes in color and sends a message to their brain. We put out some signs around the gallery asking people to look before they snap with their phones, because if you take some time to look at these paintings, you will begin to experience sensations in your eye. You'll have a lot of optical effects. The artists here will say something to me like, color is something that happens in real time. The more you look at something, the more your eye gets used to looking at it, and it starts to send different signals to your brain. So if you look at something for a longer period, it may begin to take on qualities of other colors. If you look at something up close, you may have one experience, and if you move back, your perception of the object will change. So we're really hoping that people will be patient and really watch the experience of color unfold in their own eyes. I know that these artists are very interested in exploring how color makes us feel, and are there specific emotions attached to specific colors? These are questions that are unanswered, but it's something that neurologists and neuroscientists are always looking into, because it's one of those great mysteries. This is the kind of show that will reveal itself to people if they just allow themselves to take it in and see what attracts them, what holds their eye. You don't have to know anything about the works beyond the fact that they're about color. So I hope that people will really feel invited in to engage with these works. In our Eisenberg Gallery, we have Richard Garrison, All Consuming. It's a completely different show with a different concept. His work is not about the perception of color. He looks at data from consumer goods and services, and especially big box stores, and he looks at how, through the advertising of big box stores like Target and Walmart, how they use color and design in their circulars. He's analyzing. It's kind of like data visualization, that he's analyzing across a whole year. He's looking at what goods they're advertising, how they're advertising, how those things change over the course of seasons. So in the summer, they might be using a different palette of colors than around Halloween or Christmas, for instance. And so he's been analyzing the front page of Target circulars for an entire year. So he has a whole series of them, and we're featuring many of those in the show. Well, I thought it might be a good idea to feature artists who work with color, because we are a teaching organization. We have a studio school, so there are a lot of students here, and color is one of the essential tools that an artist would use. And I thought it would be a great way for us to look at both the perception of color and some of the conceptual concerns that artists have with color. It's really important for the Visual Arts Center of New Jersey to continue to showcase really the best of contemporary art, because we are a museum in the state of New Jersey that is completely devoted to contemporary art. And so, we're always looking for new exhibitions and what are artists doing now. We want to reflect what's going on in the art world and what's going on, perhaps what's coming down the road. And I think because we devote ourselves to that 100%, I think that that's really an important part of our mission as an exhibition space and as a museum. With abstract art, the story isn't always obvious. This art is really about the experience that the viewer has in looking at the work of art. So and that's not to say that the artist didn't think about something when they were making it, but it's not really telling a story. The real story is what happens when you look at it.